Oh my God. Good and decent people of YouTube. I wasn't expecting to go live today. I didn't have a show today. We got a lot of work to do with Political Drain. But this was just so ridiculous. I had to just give it to you. Check this out. This is from Raw Story as well as other outlets. This is not just one person saying this. I'll just let them say it. Enjoy. Your Republican Party, America.
Solution to childcare crisis? Maybe grandpa or grandma wants to help. By Julia Conley, Common Dreams. In his latest comments on parenthood and young families, Republican vice presidential nominee JD Vance on Wednesday weighed in on how to best help parents who struggle to pay for childcare, but instead of offering a policy solution, the U.S. Senator from Ohio punted the obligation to grandparents and other extended family members across the country. At an event hosted by right-wing activist Charlie Kirk of Turning Point Action in Mesa, Arizona, Vance replied to a question about lowering childcare costs by saying he wants to make it easier for families to choose whatever model they want. But Vance appeared to base his answer on the assumption that what families want, and what they haven't already considered on their own, is childcare help from their family members. One of the ways that you might be able to relieve a little bit of pressure on people who are paying so much for daycare is make it so that, maybe, like grandma or grandpa wants to help out a little bit more, or maybe there's an aunt or uncle who wants to help out a little more, said Vance. If that happens, you relieve some of the pressure on all the resources that we're spending at daycare. In other words,
Now, may I interject? This is a normal, it's not crazy. This is a normal Republican way of thinking. The only reason why you need help with anything is because you're lazy, stupid, or just want to get something for free. You want something from the government. What kind of a human being actually says to themselves, you know what? I bet you that most parents just never thought about asking their family members to help them with the kids. I mean, you know what? Let me ask you something. Because this absolute twat was raised by his grandmother because his mother left him in a drug induced state, he believes that that's the case for all people. Unfortunately, thanks to the Republican Party, most grandmothers are still working. How about them apples? What about the grandmothers that are still working? Huh? But more importantly, the only reason you need help is because you're lazy, stupid, incompetent, or want something for free. You feel like you're just entitled to something free. You didn't ask your mom or the grandparents or your sister. You never asked your niece to babysit for you. No one thought of that till me. That's how low they think of you, of us. And then your typical Republican voter who has no money and no child care will say, yeah, I'm supposed to get a free child care, but the only reason why you want it is because you're a freeloader. Just like get your government hands off my Medicare. They've convinced themselves that everybody else but them is undeserving. Everybody else but them is incompetent and stupid. That's it. That's it. All right, let's continue.
said U.S. Representative Jimmy Gomez, Democrat California, you're on your own. You ain't getting shit from us. Call grandma. The comments came weeks after a 2020 podcast interview with Vance resurfaced, in which he agreed that the whole purpose of the postmenopausal female is to take care of grandchildren. Vance didn't address what steps might be taken to allow more grandparents to provide childcare for their families, or how the idea might conflict with other Republican policy proposals, such as raising the retirement age or cutting Social Security benefits. Maybe grandma and grandma still work, said author J.C. Floyd on the social media platform.
And that's exactly what I just said. You see, It doesn't take a genius. I'm not a genius. What I am is a normal human being with feelings and empathy. So I know that there's grandparents who can't watch kids because they have to work. And I also know that the Republican Party and Project 2025, and forget that, for the past 20 years have been saying straight up, we need to get rid of Social Security. In other words, I don't care what you do about health care. I don't care what you do about child care. I don't care what you do about whatever it is you got going on. Don't you get it yet?
Facebook audio.
Oh boy. All right. So, that's it. I thought you should know. Have a good one, guys. Have a good one. And if you're still a Republican who thinks that they care about you, think again.